Cave. I'm Justin.
I'm Dustin.
I'm Dylan.
Loser.
And today we're going to talk about the Busch Slappers. No, not the Busch Slappers. The Busch
Slappers and Whackers.
Well, the Buschwackers.
Yeah.
Whackers is the...
Whackers is the king team. The Slappers is like the little brother of the Whackers.
Well, the Whackers is the phenomenon team.
Yes, the Slappers is the league team.
Slappers is league.
Slightly different roster. Main core, still kind of the same, but no less important. So, this is just kind of an episode for us, so if you're not interested in our team, don't listen, because it's going to be very boring to you, because you won't know about really any of the inside stuff we're talking about. So we're just going to sit here, drink beer, and reminisce in the old times, because there's a good chance we'll never win another championship or be as good as we were ever again. So,
first question I have here, leading off, what's our slogan going to be this year? So
first year we didn't have a slogan. Didn't feel like
we were
it was
just
deserving.
the Buschwackers.
We were just the Buschwackers. People came in, they're like, "What is this guy? What is this team? What kind of name is that?"
Yeah, second year, what was it? 2020. What were we? The Buschwackers.
Bigger, badder,
bushier.
And that actually is in the YouTube description.
It is.
Yeah. So, this year, I don't know.
I believe year one we decided
we're going to add a new adjective every year, a new
I believe
noun.
by year 3 it was going to be bigger, badder, browner, bushier.
Big, bad, brown beaver, bushwhacking beavers. Yeah, we're going to figure out something to throw in there.
That's not PG-13
though. Moving on. Moving on now. Dylan, you got any hypotheticals for us? Like you want to bring us into a subject, something, a talking piece, contribute, talk.
We talking stats or
talking anything? Throw some okay. Let's just do 2019 Buschwackers versus 2020 Buschwackers. Something that I spent a lot of time pondering myself. I think I came up with an answer, but I want to. Has anyone else thought? Have either of you two thought about this? If the teams played head to head, who would win?
19 versus 20.
19 versus 20.
Ew.
So the only roster changes, other than people being hurt, not hurt, were.
I think 20 wins.
That's
you know why?
That's interesting because I thought.
You know why I say that? Because we developed Braden into a pitcher that year.
Well, it's funny you said that because I picked 19.
Yeah, 2019
you're right.
Braden was good too, and we only had.
He wasn't 20.
Justin thinks the 20 team beats the 19. I think the 19 team beats them. What do you think?
I think I'd give a slight edge to 2019.
Ooh.
Just because.
Explain yourself, Dylan.
Dustin was 100%, and we had Brad. 2020 we did not have Brad.
It's true.
So do you think? But let's think about this. So I think Brad and Hunter were probably an equal trade.
Yeah, Hunter was a big pickup.
I think Hunter started out maybe a little slow, but Hunter Hout, if you haven't heard his name, relatively new player, just first year playing a tournament, I believe. And
one of those only folk.
Yeah,
those
only folk. No, seriously. We'll have a podcast episode about the Olney people in their Wiffle League and how they never come and play us. I'm not even sure they exist. But anyway.
We're not calling any shots.
We're not calling any shots.
All right, but Hunter brought a big bat. He started slow, like you said.
Definitely.
He brought a big bat to
the
knockout round.
Maybe the fastest player in the league. We don't know.
We don't win 2020 without him.
No.
Well, I don't think we win 2020 without any less player, period.
Yeah.
2020 was as close to not winning it as you could have been.
Yeah.
We won, what was the score? 2-1. And in the 6th inning, we got the last run. We were about ready to throw.
By a walk.
Yeah, by a walk. We were about ready to throw broke-ass
Dustin. Skill on our part.
Yeah, about ready to throw broke-ass Dustin out there against probably more than likely Kevin Radke. And that, I think we know how that goes. I may be able to bullshit for an inning or two, but
we had a secret weapon against Radke, though. We had Morgan.
That's true.
Yeah. She can hit that rise ball. Softball players, man.
But so yeah, I give the edge of 19 just for that. I think the trade-off, Braden this year was as dominant as I was in 19. I think that's a wash. Justin, I feel like you were probably the same level of player, I would say.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you're any more or any less.
I think my bat
What do the stats show? Let's go to the stats.
2019, of course, but then you got to factor in 2020 was like a lot more
Right. So the
Stronger
2020 was
quality teams.
way better teams.
Well, it was,
Way
mean, it
more
was
concentrated.
yeah.
Way more concentrated team.
There
We
was
didn't play
4
any weak
competitive teams.
Yes.
So
Not a single team there, regardless of what the score was. No team there was a slouch. The Pandas were not a slouch. Gonyishin, they were no slouch. That is a team
they are
of the
going to be
future.
good.
They're going to be good.
That's
They're gonna
another
be good.
that's another episode though.
Yeah, that is another episode.
Those
We
are
can
some
talk about
teacher
them.
comers right there.
We will talk about them. We need to get a list of those guys' names because I don't know any of them other than Josh.
And Brad Rao was on.
And the mullet dude. We need to get that guy's name.
It's from the yoga, I think.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, what did the stats show? Was Justin better or worse in 2019 or 20?
2019 he hit 476. 10 hits, 8 RBIs, hit 2 homers. 2020 he hit 357, 5 hits, 2 RBIs.
It's hard to beat 2019.
Yeah.
But as we just stated, that was against,
Although you hit a home run against the Chuggers, so.
It's true.
It's true. But I think that pitching-wise is what I was getting at, was Justin. I feel like Justin walked too many fucking people this year.
Yeah, in 2000.
Like, Justin, you were unstoppable this year, but my God, the fucking walks.
Well,
out of control. Give me
it's
a
not
goddamn...
good. It's not good in our hearts.
It's bad enough with... Yeah, it's bad enough with the bum arm. You're fucking killing my heart.
Well, I think a lot of those walks were drawn from the bum arm.
Well, I guess I'll let it fly then.
I mean, so 2019, he had 1 earned run, and I was playing in a lot of, and once we got into the elimination play sort of thing, so I wasn't really keeping track of walks and strikeouts because I was in the field. But he went 16 2/3, just 1 unearned run in 2019. But 2020,
1 unearned run.
Yeah,
Was there any earned?
No.
Huh.
In 2019.
I didn't know that.
Well, there was only 1 game where we gave up runs in 2019.
Yeah, that was the game against the goddamn
Okay.
Walla Walla Wiffle.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realize that
Yeah.
until just now. Okay.
Yeah, that was the game.
Anyway.
Justin had the unearned run. Braden gave up a 2-run homer, if I recall. And I think I gave up 2 runs in the last inning to fucking blow the lead. Sad.
But so we'll get to, so here's Justin's stats for 2020. And they were good. They were very good. I mean, great. 11 1/3. Yeah, 1 run, 4 hits, 19 walks, 11 1/3, 19 walks, 19 walks, 19 walks.
Let's put this into fucking perspective. How does a team fucking win when their starting pitcher gives up 19 walks and things? I guess it's 11 1/3. So on average, Justin walks a person and a half an inning.
The whip is.
The whip is not good. If you don't know what whip is, walks, hits, inning, pitch, not good. Yeah.
Not good. But
30,
runs crossing the plate.
32 strikeouts, ERA .53.
Yeah.
So
just don't pay attention to that whip.
yeah.
Just fucking
Just don't look at the whip. It's great.
talk about fucking wiping sweat off the top of your forehead every goddamn inning. It's not fun. It's not a fun game to watch if you're rooting for us by any means.
And that opening game at Nationals, Nationals, he loaded the bases with nobody out and then gets out of it.
2 innings in a row.
2 innings in a row.
2 innings in a row.
So, I mean, Justin's basically what he's saying here is he likes to get right on the edge and then see if he can get out of it.
Bend, but don't break.
Bend, but don't break.
I don't see any runs crossing the plate. Got out of it. Anyway, we'll fix that next year.
Yeah, I'd like to have a little less goddamn drama.
I mean, I really feel like it was a lot of the shoulder hurting us. I think had a lot to do with that.
And it's funny, on another tangent, I was comparing stats of the old Dustin back before, and the only thing that was really different this year, my strikeout rate was actually very similar to years past, which I didn't have. I've never been totally healthy yet, but strikeout rate was similar. Pitch rate was similar, like the amount of pitches was similar. But what was different was my walks. The amount of hits were similar. The home runs given up were similar. The amount of walks I gave up was terrible. And you can contribute the number one reason, I would say, for a pitcher to start losing his control is because he has mechanically something wrong with him, or just he's hurt in some way and he's trying to fight with it, which my hand wouldn't open. But what I'm saying is, you can kind of see the old. You still see all your good habits, and that's what looking at statistics does. And you see your bad one. The bad one is you're walking people. Why are you walking people? Because you're hurt. but you still have nasty stuff. That's what I'm getting at. You still have the stuff. You just got to get it under control, and that's what we're gonna work on here in 2021.
All right, so it's all Justin's stats here. So what else are we looking at? We looking at more stats, or
do we think?
Is there any more reasoning behind the? You
Why
guys
I
thinking?
think 2019 straight 2020.
Yeah,
well,
let's get back into that.
Just like 2020, we had Curtis there for the last 2 games.
Right, and Curtis didn't do anything. He didn't get any hits, anything spectacular. He drew the game-winning
drew
walk.
6 walks.
He probably drew the game-winning walk twice, one would say.
He took a Zach fastball right to the head like it was nothing.
Oh, like a champ.
You don't take a Zach
Like a
Finn goddamn fastball to the head and don't flinch. I mean, that's some sort of discipline or badassery, or I don't.
Or not knowing any better.
Not knowing any better, yeah. I mean,
but I think
show no weakness, yeah.
So 2019, Morgan hit 400. Renee hit 310, had 5 RBIs. I mean, she did really good.
What a fucking animal! She
Yeah,
acted like she was
really
batting for 3 people.
I know, right? Pregnant jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had 9 hits.
Renee had 9 hits?
Yeah. I totally forgot about it. I was like,
shit.
Yeah.
Renee was key.
Renee, when you watch this, well done.
Yeah, good job, Renee.
Yeah, good job, Renee.
Okay, so
I think here's what I think.
Hang on, we need to let Dylan finish here.
All right.
So what's
I've got the argument
the
that
overall team strength.
Okay.
I would take 2019 over 2020. It's close. I don't even think there's really a wrong answer, but again, it's just the whole body of work and the stats. I have to go with 2019, just by an edge.
Okay.
Right here.
Okay.
I've got the answer.
I've
got the answer.
Dustin's chomping.
I'm ready
here.
I'm ready to sway.
Let's see what this is.
All right. So 2019 versus 2020, straight up. Nobody's scoring any fucking runs for the first 6 innings.
Of when?
Of this game. If 2019 is playing 2020, nobody is going to score a single run any of those games.
Nope.
It's not going to happen. So you get an extra innings, you have to burn a third pitcher. Think about the third pitcher on both of those teams. In 2019, it was Braden.
Yep.
In 2020, it was me. A broken ass me.
Or Hunter.
I don't know. We never really saw Hunter's pitching. It's something
we saw him a couple Friday nights.
Yeah.
He can.
I think pitching something you kind of want to ride.
I think we're hitting him.
Yeah.
But
yeah. I think he walks a lot. I don't think his control's there. And if it is there, he has to slow it down to the point where we're gonna hit him.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, 2019, our bats weren't really there any of those knockout rounds.
Not until the championship.
Walla Walla, they're kind of there where we win like 5-0 there.
Yeah,
I hit one grand slam.
Yeah.
And that was, other than that, like there wasn't a lot
we got
of
off to a 2.
5-0, 3-0 over the Chuggers, and
8-0 over the championship. Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, maybe I guess there was a little bit there. But
we scored 36 runs for the whole tournament 2019.
How many did we score in 20?
21.
But less games.
Yeah.
So
it also gets
much tougher,
steeper competition.
Yeah. Honestly, that would reflect way worse if it wasn't for Gagnishин that we had. Did we 10-run Gagnishин?
I'd have to.
I think we did.
I think we did.
And
irregardless,
that game doesn't.
That's only 10. That's half the runs, I guess, in one game. But that's still we score.
And we did win 8-0 over the Pandas. And
yeah, I forgot we.
Because that was 0-0 till like the 5th.
It was. Yeah, that was a weird game
until we broke it out.
I was like,
all right. So Dustin, let's get back here. So
you're saying I think we had more
20
because we had more depth in pitching.
Does more depth in pitching.
Yep.
It's not a bad argument.
Yep.
Braden was wilder though in 2019.
He was.
But we only had him for pool play.
We did. Oh yeah, he didn't even show up.
Yeah, that's true. So, I mean, you can.
And he was also running on absolutely no sleep. He got off a third shift and showed up at that tournament.
That was back when I had belief Braden was going to show up everywhere all the time.
That's a whole other conversation.
That's long gone.
That's something that has to factor into this.
Yeah.
The lack of sleep.
Yeah, Brad came up from Alabama and only had not that much sleep.
Well, Brad does what Brad does because
Brad is Brad.
Brad is Brad. Don't ever doubt Brad. He gave Morgan a home run for her birthday.
He did. He actually hit 2 homers.
So I think 20 over 19. I think it's because of, number one, experience.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree. I think I can understand the experience aspect of it.
I think we had hotter bats in ratio to competition, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Braden was knocking the cover off the ball every game.
Braden was up with the bases loaded every single fucking at bat and only hit one grand slam. What a loser.
So the bats were hot. Braden was hitting the cover off the ball.
Actually, I think I will agree with you there. I think our 2020 offense was definitely better than 19.
Much better.
I still think our 19 pitching was better.
Hunter started slow at the plate, but he finished very strong in the knockout rounds in tournament or in the bracket play.
Yeah.
Everybody else was all kind of pretty average. Other than that, Morgan I think probably hit a little worse in 2020, but she was also shown no mercy.
Yeah, they threw a lot
anyone.
harder.
Right.
And
They threw to Morgan just as hard as any guy at the tournament,
And the reason I think a lot of the reason that she did very well in 19 was she did get to see a fair amount of risers.
Yep.
Which she is.
Softball pitchers hit risers. That's a fact.
Right.
If you're a woman and you were good at softball, come play wiffle ball because the dominant pitchers typically have a riser in their arsenal that they lean on heavy. Baseball players can't hit it. It's been proven fact. Look it up on YouTube if you think otherwise. They don't hit softballs for nothing because baseball swings almost the opposite of softball.
What was that show? Science or sports fiction?
Sports science. Yeah.
Jenny Finch versus who did she throw that against?
Oh, she did it against I think Ortiz and Pujols, and I think she did it against several really good major league players.
Scott Rowland?
Yeah.
Was he on there? I think maybe. Anyway.
But the point is, if you're a woman and you play softball, you should come play wiffle ball because you'd be good at it.
Indeed.
I think we're gonna have to call that an argument until we can invent some sort of time machine and play each other.
Yeah.
And that comes to 2021. I don't know what to do with the team. I don't think, we had some players substitute. I think I would like to get the original core back, but I don't want to leave out the players from 20 either. Obviously, Hunter was valuable. I think Curtis, with a little practice, is definitely going to show value. Mm-hmm. And I don't think even with that many, we'll be up to the max anyway. So we'll probably put together a team and it'll be a big roster. But at that same time, if we get to the Phenomenon tournament, what are we going to do? Are we going to stick with our original? Well, that's a conversation for another day. So we're going to keep saying that.
We're going to keep saying.
We got a lot more material here to talk about than I think I thought about.
We are
who we thought we were.
Yeah.
For those of you who are still listening, thank you.
Yeah.
And also, what's wrong with you?
No kidding.
On that note, keep it bigger, badder, and bushier.
That's true.
I saw the light in a sunrise, sitting back in a 40 on the muddy riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running.
Testing.
Yeah, put your face like that.
1, 2. That's what I'm talking about.